Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. And today is another episode of Decent Defeats, and I've got two replays for you today. The first of which is in the E5 Tier 10 American Tech Tree Heavy Tank, where we are platooned up with Swindle 321 in a Turan, and a Pleb DV in his tank destroyer as well. There is two enemy artilleries, but no enemy light tank. And because I've got two tank destroyers with us, I kind of said early to Swindle, I'm going to push aggressively down the 8 line and try and spot for you. And anything I spot, please can you slap and give me some assistance, please. And that's the initial plan at the start of the game. Is team destruction, so we don't have to worry about getting capped out. And we're going to go down here. Once we get to the top of the ridge, we will spot some targets at the 8-9 line, and we can potentially pick some assistance up. We do have a friendly heavy tank who is a bit quicker going with us though, and he'll probably get there before us. You can see here on the left is 257. I imagine he's going to pick up most of the assistance because he'll be the first person to spot it. Which, yeah, it's a shame, but at least we've got some support though, so we can try and win the fight over here. Early doors, it's 14 versus 14, and yeah, we're just going to see what we can do. Enemy tank destroyer gets spotted, enemy Death Star, and he gets absolutely slapped. We didn't really pick up a lot of assistance, but we did we managed to get 900, so not a bad start. And then we spot a Waffle E100, which we've got to be very, very careful of. I missed that shot. Unfortunately, I didn't want to get caught out by the TD. And unfortunately, our 57 did get caught out by the Waffle E100 and got taken out. But I'm guessing that Waffle is probably on a reload now. So I'm going to keep pushing down this line and see if we can get some damage in. I do love this E5. It's fantastic DPM, and especially now with the buff to the 420 alpha, you can just get through so much damage in a quick space of time. And you can see here, I'm pressuring this T30, trying to push him back. I'm conscious that there's a Waffle E100 somewhere hiding, but I know he's low health. But this T30 we can make quick work of here. Should be able to pick up the kill here before we get to safety, which we do. Picking up our first kill of the game, only 600 damage, but with 1,500 assistance. And we're in 11 versus 12 scenario. But there's quite a few tanks you can see looking at us. Enemy artillery, there's enemy Waffle, which we're conscious of. And we're worried about any tank destroyer which may be hidden, so we're not necessarily fully aiming our shots at this heavy tank here, which we probably should, but we don't want to give him a lot of opportunity to shoot us. We do get one shot in there. We're trying to hide our cupola behind the rocks, so that is a weak point on the E5, but at this point we're just trying to get rid of the targets as quickly as we possibly can. And a fantastic DPM, I think just shy of 4,000 DPM on the E5 means you can do that very, very well indeed. We do put the enemy Polish heavy tank onto a one-shot, but he manages to get into a safe spot for us before we can get the shot in. Our friendly medium tank, as you can see, is moving around. I'm thinking, where is this Waffle E100 here? And then we get spotted here, enemy Progetto heavy tank, but we know there's something else there as well. We're just going to see if we can finish off this heavy tank. So we'll just get rid of that cross angle. I don't want to push across and be in a three-way angle. And also the Waffle E100 is somewhere. It's still alive. And there he is. We spot him here on the left, but he's a one-shot, so we're going to go and try and take care of this Waffle quickly and eliminate that threat, which is what we do, putting ourselves onto 2 kills now, 2,000 damage with 2,000 assistance, and in a 7 versus 9, so we are losing the game, but it's still very much in the balance at this point. Unfortunately, one of our friendly teammates has got taken out, but we do still have Swindle, who is in the Turan, to support us here. So I'm being a little bit patient. You can see why I don't want to push across that Progetto heavy, which we know is there, because the enemy have, the middle control, and that means I could get shot in the side. The enemy heavy tank, the 50 TP from early, does poke, and we manage to pick up the kill, which is nice, picking up our 3rd kill. But you can see here, I'm conscious about pushing in when I'm going to get shot by the artillery and also get shot from the middle of the map in that ground when I cross. So that's something I'm being a bit wary of, and I feel like I'm not going to push in just yet. I'm going to pull back now and just see if we can go back to the middle, see what we can do, see if we can support Swindle, and then hope that maybe once we've got unspotted and not poking there for an amount of time, maybe the heavy tank, which was sort of camping in their base, might decide that he's going to push forward and get out of that location, which would make it a lot easier for us to kill them. You can see we are losing the game. It's gone back to a 4 versus 6. I'm now, well, I keep going back and forward here, but I was going to go back to 8 line and see if that heavy had moved out of that location. But I think sort of Swindle said something, you know, might need a bit of support. So I was just moving over that way, and I thought, how many of the tanks have pushed down the 1-2 and into our base here? Do I need to go back? Is that the best thing to do? So I start to head that way, and then I decide, you know what, no, I'm going to go back to my original plan and hope it's been enough time with me being undetected that the heavy tanks, or what was there on the sort of 5-6, A5-6, might have pushed forward. And that's what I want them to do. I want them to push forward so I can fight them without having to get shot by the artillery and without having to get shot from the middle. That's exactly what I kind of want to happen here. And I'd like to, you know, hope that they have started to push forward. So I'm going to come around this corner, see what we have, you know, see what we spot. And thankfully for me, that's exactly what's happened. And this enemy Peugeot is now pushed forward enough that we can start to fight him. I'm trying to entice him to come around this corner, knowing that I do have my friendly Terrain coming to help us. And we should be able to make quick work of this tank here. We put 2 shots into his one. We're looking to try and, you know, squeeze in a third if we can. And I think it's kind of like, I know he's going to get support soon, so it's kind of let's kill him as quickly as we can. Enemy Italian tier 9 tank destroyer comes round. We put a shot in. Unfortunately, Swindle gets unlucky there with a bounce, which would have been good to get rid of his hit points. I'll actually get lucky there. I go to shoot that Italian tank destroyer, and the Progetto eats it for him, and I should have the finish here. And I managed to put us under 4,000 damage with 3 kills. I've still got the majority of my hit point pool, which is going to come very handy into this late game. And with the heat rounds, we're not going to struggle to penetrate this target at all. Although he is putting shots into us, but he has a very long interclip, and we should be able to take care of him pretty well. We do bounce a nice shot there, side scraping off this dead wreck. Swindle finishes him off, and that puts us on to 4 kills, just shy of 6,000 damage with 2,000 assistance. But we are now back in a 2 versus 4. And at this point we was considering, do we carry on that push, but again we know the enemy team have the middle control, or do we go back? And we decided that we're going to go back. That was the plan, and see what we spot down this side, having just killed those 2 tanks behind us. We spot an enemy IS-4 crossing. We put 1 shot into him, putting them onto a 3 shot to us. And depending if Swindle can get a shot in. Unfortunately then a Progetto comes round as well, but we put 1 in, put them onto a potential 1 shot here to Swindle. Need to kind of keep Swindle alive at this, you know, it's a sort of very winnable situation for us at the moment. Unfortunately the enemy F3005 gets spotted, and although Swindle gets a shot in, he takes him out, and that unfortunately I feel like is my death sentence now, because I can't fight these 3 tanks, although I'm trying my best to do so. I really needed Swindle to be alive right now. Unfortunately it is what it is. F3005 pretty much 1 shot him. So we do kill the Progetto, but I know I'm on borrowed time, because that F3005 is going to come around and finish us off. We are just not safe. We can't fight both of these tanks. The best thing I can do is get into cover and try and get 1 more shot away into this F3005. We're ammo racked as well. Yeah, we're definitely dead. I mean, what can we do? But we do have a good game nonetheless. It's a shame we couldn't get the win, but then, you know, sometimes you just can't get the victory. So we finished that game off. Then we're having a good game with 8,000 damage, 5 kills, 2,000 assistance, and an ace tanker on the loss. And that is it for the first replay, but with 1 more to come. Let's move on. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2. This time we are in the Tech Tree Tier 8 Polish medium tank, the CS53, where we have 2 enemy artilleries in the game and 3 enemy light tanks on Fearful Ridge. It is a tier 10 lobby, so we are bottom tier, and let's see how we get on. I do really enjoy the CS53. That's, you know, why I did keep it. It's a really decent medium, to be honest. It's got decent mobility, good DPM, got about 3,000 sort of DPM, which is pretty good for a tier 8 medium. You've got 212 penetration on your standard AP rounds with 300 alpha, and 290 on your premium heat rounds. So with obviously the 300 alpha. So if you want to see the equipment and crew setup, you know, you'll see that at the bottom of the screen as I speak. But initially from this spawn, we're going to push over to this side, see what we spot, and yeah, just go from there really. Our friendly light tank has already detected a few tanks. It looks like the majority of the enemy light tanks have pushed across onto the 8-9 line on our side, so we don't have to necessarily worry about those. And we do have targets to shoot at. We're going to try and shoot at the E75 here. We do manage to pen and pick up a first penetration. We get detected for it, so we're just trying to move into cover. Got to be a little bit careful with 2 artillery in the game though, because that could cause a problem if they start to focus us from this location, because we are definitely not artillery safe. And there is some other targets which we have yet to spot, which are was spotted and targeted us there. So got to be a little bit careful. It looks like the enemy team are going to push across, so we definitely want to punish this Bellerophon before he gets into the corner location, which would cause us a bit of a problem if he managed to successfully get there. But because he's been spotted early, we do have a good opportunity to take him out. Unfortunately, we're missing these shots, which is not helpful. We do put one in and damages his engine though, and he's now stuck in place, and we should be able to get the finish, and that's exactly what we do. Taking out a kind of crucial tank there, because he was going to a good location. Enemy artillery, enemy fun police is looking our way. We need to try and get out of a dodge here. He does, well, hit us, but he only splashed us, and we lose 200 hit points, so it could have gone a lot worse. And there's probably about sort of 5 or 6 tanks in this location, so we do have a bit of a battle amongst us here, and I don't want to stay where I was because any artillery was trying to take us out, and that could cause a problem. But I'm just trying to scan for tanks, what their hit points are, and it looks like our friendly team are moving in. I'm actually going to go and support them and try and take out this tank to the right in the low ground, get in there quickly and try and help out our friendly tanks here, and just trying to eliminate targets as quickly as we can. The one shot gets taken out. There is this enemy Diamondback here, which we're going to try and get in and take him out. We can get behind him, but he's obviously going to, his armor's not going to be effective, and he won't be able to shoot us because it is a turretless tank destroyer. He does put one into us though, so we take the time to aim that shot. Our Chrysler K is coming in, he does actually turn him, and now we know we've got the kill. We shoot the tractor to stop him moving around. He uses his repair kit, but we've got behind him, and it's all about how quickly can we remove this target basically, and eliminate the sort of tanks we then can move on to the next targets. So we do take out that TD, picking up our second kill, putting us on to just shy of 2,000 damage. Our friendly light tank is pushed up on the ridge on the 1 line, and whilst it's keeping these tanks occupied, we're hoping we can come down the riverbed in the low ground undetected, and see, with the help of our friendly Chrysler K who's with us, we can take out these tanks. The enemy artillery is distracted by our friendly light tank on the 1-2 line, which is good, and hopefully we can take out this enemy medium, which we put onto a one shot now. He is turning, but we're backing off while we're on reload, and we should get an opportunity to kill him. But our friendly Chrysler K does that job for us, and that's now it leaves both of us to focus on this Tiger 2 here. With the help of our light tank in the front, we should be able to make quick work of him here. If you're looking on the mini map though, right now, we do take out the Tiger 2, but the enemy team have pushed across towards our base. We do still have tanks that way defending the base, and now I'm in 2 minds of, do I go back to defend the base, which maybe I should have, or do we keep pushing and hope our tanks, which are heading that way, can hold them off for long enough for us to kill the artillery and kill whatever else might be this side, and then we can go over. So I've chose to hope that my team can hold off as long as possible on the other side, whilst we can try and clear this ground, because I don't really want to leave my Chrysler K who's been helping us over this side. So enemy charioteer full health does get spotted. We need to try and take care of this tank. I'm trying to get into the ridge so he doesn't have easy shots before I fire when I get detected. We do get a nice shot away there, and yeah, obviously the charioteer is a very, very good tank, and he does have a fantastic DPM. Unfortunately, we missed that shot. We do need to kill this charioteer before we can go on and kill the fun police, which is what we want to do. So I'm going to try and push a little bit aggressively here to take care of him, because he's playing very cautious and he's making life difficult for us. Unfortunately, we hit a shot coming in. He was shooting the Hesh though and didn't pen, which is good for us. But we are potential 2 shot to the charioteer now. Now a 1 shot to the charioteer if he just fires his standard rounds, and he's a 2 shot to us. So this is a little bit awkward, but our Chrysler K does potentially have shots down from the hill, and thankfully puts them onto a one-shot, which should allow us to take this charioteer out. I'm just going to see where we can squeeze a shot. Obviously got to be careful he doesn't kill us. He does get taken out though by our friendly Chrysocate, and that leaves us in a 5 versus 4. But the enemy team with the 3 remaining tanks are actually towards our base, and this is a problem. I don't think I've got time to get back to the base in time if they get on the cap. I'm thinking maybe we can kill this artillery and start a double cap our side. Probably the best thing I can do. I'm definitely not leaving the front police. I'm going for the kill. But the front police is coming for us, so we try and track him in place so he doesn't shotgun us, because he doesn't take a lot for us to kill us on this low hit points. We have to track him. If he gets around there, it's going to be a real problem for us. We do shoot his driver, we don't track him, but then RMG is with us and he rolls his tank and gives us a lifeline here. Now we're just going to go for this track ball, try and track him in place there. We don't blow off his tracks, but I think we should be able to get behind him, and now he can't kill us. And it's just a matter of when we take out this T92. Always fun to kill the fun police like that. Puts us on to 3 kills, 4,500 damage, 1,000 assistance. But now I've kind of realised I do not have time to get back and get the reset, and I'm thinking my probably best thing I can do is just get on the base and hope the enemy team don't all cap out. If they all decide to cap out, then yeah, it's game over. And unfortunately, that is what they decided they're going to do. So now, yeah, this game's lost. I know it's lost. I can't get back. So yeah, it's over. So that does bring us an end to this replay. But you know, we finished off with 3 kills, 4,500 damage, 1,000 assistance. So we have a decent game nonetheless, considering we were bottom tier. But yeah, that's it. We'll just get to the scoreboards and we'll say our goodbye. Okay, so there you go. We do manage to pick up the ace tanker there, even though it was on a loss. So we had a decent game, and that's it for another video. Thank you so much for your support, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!